When my dad asked if my allowance was enough, I laughed. Because what allowance? His face went white. That's when I realized my family's entire reality was built on lies. For months, I'd been surviving on caffeine, ramen, and 2 hours of sleep. I juggled 3 jobs, tutoring high schoolers after classes, working weekend events, and pulling bar shifts till 2 a.m. My routine was brutal. Classes till 3, tutoring till 6, dinner made of instant noodles, then straight to the bar. I'd stumble home at 3 a.m., study till 5, then sleep just enough to function. My shoes had holes, my shirts were fading, and every dollar I earned had a name. $50 for groceries, $30 for laundry. The rest went to tuition and rent. My bank account never crossed $200. Meanwhile, my sister Mariah was living her dream life in Paris, posting photos with captions like, "Mom always knows exactly what I need, #blessed, #fashion life." Every time I saw her drinking fancy coffee in Dior, I tried to be happy for her. But when I asked Mom for just $200 for groceries, she sighed like I'd asked for the moon. "Money's tight, Henry. Your father's practice is struggling. We're barely managing your tuition." So I pushed harder, worked longer, ate less, until one night at the bar, everything went dark. I woke up in a hospital bed with an IV in my arm. The doctor's words hit me harder than any hangover. "You collapsed from exhaustion and malnutrition. You need to stop." My bar manager visited, guilty-faced. "Take the month off, kid." That meant losing $1,200, money I desperately needed. A friend came by with groceries and cooked spaghetti. As I ate my first real meal in weeks, he asked quietly, "Henry, your dad's a surgeon, right? So how is your sister affording Paris if your family's broke?" That question haunted me. That night, I called Mariah. "Hey, just checking in. How's Paris?" She laughed. "Amazing. Mom just sent me a Chanel bag for my birthday." My stomach dropped. "Paris must be expensive. How do you manage?" "Oh, I don't worry about that. Mom sends me about $3,000 a month, plus extra when I need something special." $3,000 every month, plus extras. At Sunday dinner, Dad asked casually, "Son, is your allowance enough?" I blinked. "What allowance?" The room went silent. Dad frowned. "I've been sending you $2,000 every month since you started school." Mom froze, knife hovering over the pot roast. "Where's Henry's money?" Dad demanded. She didn't look up. "I haven't sent it to him. Mariah needed it more. Paris is expensive. She has to look the part." Dad's voice shook. "You let our son work himself into a hospital while you funneled his money to your daughter's shopping trips?" "Mariah's special," Mom said coldly. "Henry's like you. He'll survive." But it didn't stop there. The truth was even worse. Dad discovered she'd been quietly moving money from our family trust, $300,000 meant to be split equally between us, into an account under Mariah's name. $300,000, Dad repeated slowly. "You stole from our son." That night, he froze every account. A week later, he filed for divorce. 2 years later, I'm in medical school, healthy, rested, thriving. My grades skyrocketed once I stopped living in survival mode. Dad visits me in New York, proud and peaceful for the first time in years. Mariah learned to budget, got a part-time job, and surprisingly built a small but successful fashion brand. And Mom? She works retail now, living in a small condo, finally learning what it means to struggle for real. Because in the end, karma always balances the books.